In this video, we'll look at the differences between a condo, a townhouse, and a single family home. What are the pros and cons of buying, and when should you buy one? That's starting right now.
Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl. Welcome to another Home Buyers School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. And remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies from the experts, hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. So today I'm joined by Kevin French, realtor with Remax Realty. And the question we're going to answer today is, what's the difference between a condo, a single family home, and a townhouse? So Kevin, what are those differences? And let's go with that one first.
A condo is a type of ownership, so it's not necessarily the property. It's an ownership type, but typically in Calgary you're going to see apartment-style condominiums and then townhouse-style condominiums. So row towns would have their own entrance and exit. Apartment-style condos would have common areas such as hallways. Often they have elevators. And then the other two property types are semi-detached or duplex homes, and then single-family homes, which are of course fully detached.
Fully detached. So from the condo and the townhome perspective, when we typically say condo, it's apartment style, so it's like usually typically higher, right?
Yeah.
You don't really see that many townhouses that are multiple levels, or do you?
No, it wouldn't be classified as a townhouse then.
Okay, so it's just like one house, but it's all connected, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can. There are some townhouses within Calgary that are, 3 or 4 levels, but they'd have a walk up from the outside. So you'd still have your own front door that you enter and exit from that doesn't go into a common area, other than just a stairway. Yeah.
And you mentioned semi-detached versus single family. Can you explain a little bit difference between that?
Yeah, semi-detached is basically a single family home that shares a party wall with the neighbor. So you have a wall that divides the two spaces, making them two legally different properties. Typically price points, of course, a bit lower. And then detached is fully detached, so it's a standalone property. It's no one.
And are there specific scenarios when you would buy one over the other?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned lifestyle, and that's probably one thing that you want to really definitely consider, right?
Yeah, lifestyle is obviously a big factor there. Condominium living is typically for those who want maintenance-free lifestyle. They want to be able to lock and leave. So an apartment-style condo gives you the comfort of having attached neighbors, common hallways, a lot more security comfort there. And then a townhouse gives you more privacy. So it allows you to come and go as you please. You don't have to see people in common hallways. You don't have to take care of general areas in the building, which would be included in your condo fees. Of course, those always have to get cleaned. Lights have to be on and paid for. And then there's often elevators, which are costly for condo buildings as well. And then semi-detached living would be those who want a detached home or more of a private lifestyle where they have a private backyard and their own space, but it's at a lower price point.
And if you want to know more about the differences between a duplex or a semi-detached home and a single-family home, watch our video above and in the description below. So what are some of the pros and cons, I guess, of buying one over the other? Because I know we talked about the scenario where you buy one, but like, what are some of the pros and cons? Like, I think you mentioned from a condo, like, you're living with a lot of different people kind of in one space, right? Versus a single family home where it's yours, but you have to do a lot more maintenance than the condo. But then you have the condo fees versus single family home, although you also have the HOA fees, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
A condo, the advantages would be, if you were talking apartment style, everything's included in there. So you have your heat, utilities. Often you pay for your own electricity, but other than that, you'd pay for your reserve fund contributions, the snow removal, the lawn care, the elevator, the building, the lobby, any amenities that it have would be included. That's all in one condo fee, in addition to, of course, your mortgage. So that's a lifestyle where if you had a gym in the building, maybe a pool in the building, you don't have to leave for a lot of the things that you may use on a daily basis. Going to a townhouse style, you're going to have similar fees, but they're not going to include the utilities. So you're going to pay for your own hot water tank, your own furnace, and you're only going to pay for the utilities you use. So the fees are, of course, lower on a price per square foot basis, but you have two different styles. An apartment style condominium, you can leave and it's fully included, but you pay, let's say you pay $500 a month, you pay $500 a month and you're gone for 6 months, it's all the same.
Also, yeah.
So a townhouse though, you pay for the utilities that you use. So it might be $150 a month for your fees, and then you leave, and then your utilities would decrease significantly if nobody's occupying the property. You also save on not cleaning the general areas or the common areas of the building. And then the snow removal, of course, would be dependent on the property.
And then I guess for a single family home, pretty much you're responsible for everything, but you have full customization of, I guess.
Single family and side-by-sides or duplex properties, they're going to be within, all the responsibilities are going to lie on the homeowner.
The one thing I wanted to ask about duplexes though is there specific, I wouldn't say requirements, or like, let's say you wanted to paint one side of the house blue and the other person wanted to paint it green. Like, is there sort of an agreement that you kind of want the house to kind of look the same? Like are there agreements in terms of house maintenance or like yard maintenance that like you can't have one looking totally disheveled and one pristine, right? Doesn't kind of make any sense.
You can.
You can? Okay.
Yeah, that's the realities of owning an attached home.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to think about in the future. So one property that I discourage, which is built throughout the city, that I discourage buyers from buying is attached homes that don't have condo fees, but they have six units typically.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically a townhouse building, but it doesn't have condo fees. So imagine in 15 or 20 years when we need to replace the roof, and you need to get 5 other neighbors on board at the exact same time. So that's what you're dealing with a duplex, is it's just you and one neighbor. So usually people can work together and you know, and one person cuts the lawn, or we paint together, or we replace the roof together. But that's not necessarily the reality. Each property is individually owned, and they can do what they'd like with it.
Do you have anything else to add in terms of the differences and the pros and cons of the three?
Yeah, I would say that it all comes down to what the buyer's needs are and the lifestyle. But detached has weathered the storm the best across the board, without a doubt, in the last handful of years when property values have been decreasing. Apartment style condos, one of the reasons for them being so negatively affected, and the negative statistics around them that are shared through all the media, is based on the fact that when you start, let's say, a 30-story condo building, when you start that, it takes years and years from the initial design stages to the actual development, the sales, and then the building, and then the occupancy. And when you're building something over 3 to 5 years, the market can change significantly. Yeah. So you might buy at X price today, and it might be worth significantly more or significantly less when you go to purchase. Detached homes are, of course, people like to own land. So having the ability to own their own property, or duplexes in a similar category, those have maintained their value more. And of course, the values for those properties have adjusted and floated with the market. So it only takes 6 to 8 months to build one of those homes. So it's pretty fair market value at the current time that you're purchasing, versus purchasing for the unknown that you occupy in 36 months. Got
it. So the question of the day I have for you is, which did you buy? A condo, a townhouse, or a single family, and why? Let us know in the comment section below. If you want to know more about home buying, check out these videos, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, just so you get information straight from the experts. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.